In 2024, the United States witnessed one of the most unexpected and high-stakes elections in modern history. Despite doubts, controversy, and a highly polarized political climate, Donald Trump secured a victory that left many questioning how he managed to make a comeback. To understand how Trump won the 2024 U.S. election, we need to look at several critical factors that played a role in his resurgence. A nation divided by 2024, the nation was deeply divided. Economic instability, concerns over immigration, and rising crime rates fueled dissatisfaction among millions of Americans. For many, the promise of stability and a return to conservative values led them to Trump's campaign. Trump's message resonated with a significant portion of the electorate who felt that the country's current leadership had failed to address their concerns. He capitalized on widespread discontent with the Biden administration, making America First policies seem more appealing than ever before. Trump's strategic shift. Trump's campaign underwent a strategic shift from the previous election. In 2024, he softened some of his rhetoric while maintaining his core messages. He became more disciplined, staying focused on key issues like the economy, energy independence, and immigration reform. His supporters were energized by his promises of restoring America's economic might. Trump tapped into growing frustrations about inflation, rising taxes, and supply chain disruptions. His pledge to bring back jobs and invest in American industries resonated deeply with the working class. The Democratic divide. On the other side, the Democratic Party struggled to unite. The deepening divides between progressives and moderates led to a lack of cohesion, and many felt President Biden's administration failed to deliver on key promises. Biden's age and waning public confidence made it difficult for the Democrats to rally the nation behind a second term. The party's internal rifts became more visible, and the message lacked the clarity it once had. The influence of media and social networks. In 2024, media and social networks played an even more significant role than before. Trump capitalized on his ability to dominate headlines, both through traditional media and his presence on social platforms. Despite some platforms banning him, alternative media outlets and social media networks allowed his message to reach his base with increased intensity. His media strategy had evolved. By using the platforms to sidestep the mainstream narrative, Trump was able to connect directly with his audience, rallying supporters with memes, viral messages, and simple, bold statements. His digital warfare was key in galvanizing voter enthusiasm. Voter mobilization and support. Trump's strong base of supporters, including those who align with his populist messaging, could be crucial. Successful efforts to mobilize these voters, particularly in key swing states, would be important. Policy and campaign strategy. Trump might continue to push a platform emphasizing issues that resonate with his core audience, such as immigration reform, economic nationalism, or criticisms of the political establishment. Social media and messaging. Trump's use of social media to directly communicate with voters has been a defining feature of his political brand. His ability to dominate news cycles and frame issues may play a major role. Economic and international conditions. A strong or weak economy, changes in global politics, or unforeseen crises, such as public health issues or conflicts, could significantly impact public opinion, affecting election outcomes. Opponents' weaknesses. Trump's path to victory could be facilitated by perceived weaknesses or controversies surrounding his opponent. A divided or fragmented opposition might help him secure enough electoral support. Opponents' weaknesses. Trump's path to victory could be aided by the perceived weaknesses or failures of his opponent. Whether it's a candidate from the Democratic Party or another third-party contender, divisions or controversies within the opposition camp, such as dissatisfaction with leadership, scandals, or poor handling of key issues, could sway undecided voters or encourage lower voter turnout for the opposition. 5. Social media and messaging. Trump's ability to dominate the media landscape is a crucial factor. His use of social media, particularly platforms like Truth Social, rallies, and targeted advertising, allows him to bypass traditional media channels and directly engage with voters. His messaging is often confrontational, populist, and media-dominating, which could continue to captivate public attention, helping him remain relevant and influential. Sixth, mobilization of key swing states. In previous elections, Trump's victories in key swing states like Florida, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Arizona were critical. His team would likely focus on a strong ground game, rallying support in these states where margins of victory can be thin. With focused messaging on issues like jobs, national security, and economic recovery, Trump could potentially turn these states in his favor again. 7. Voter discontent with the status quo. There is often a desire for change when voters feel dissatisfied with the current administration. In a scenario where the incumbent party is seen as struggling with inflation, healthcare issues, or international crises, voters may opt for a more radical shift favoring Trump's rhetoric of returning America to its former greatness. Election strategy and key states. Trump's election strategy was laser-focused on the battleground states. In the 2024 race, these key swing states once again became the epicenter of his campaign. With a renewed focus on issues like border security, manufacturing, and energy, he appealed to working-class voters who felt left behind. In a stroke of brilliance, Trump made major inroads with union workers and blue-collar Americans. His economic messaging resonated with those in the industrial heartland, shifting some long-held Democratic strongholds toward the GOP. The final push and voter turnout. As Election Day approached, the final push was all about voter turnout. Trump's team worked tirelessly, targeting key demographics that felt disengaged from the political process. They focused on getting Republicans to the polls, especially in areas with significant voter suppression concerns. By the time the final votes were counted, Trump's base had turned out in full force. The rallies, social media campaigns, and targeted outreach efforts led to a massive voter turnout, especially among independent voters and those in rural America. The victory speech. "We did it, folks. Together, we've made America great again. The people have spoken, and we are taking our country back." And just like that, against all odds, Donald Trump secured a stunning victory in the 2024 U.S. presidential election. His victory speech echoed the themes of his 2016 campaign: unity through strength, a focus on American prosperity, and a rejection of globalism. Conclusion. The 2024 election proved that even in a politically fractured America, Donald Trump's ability to connect with a large swath of the electorate was undeniable. Whether through economic promises, a focus on national security, or a campaign strategy designed for modern times, he had successfully made a comeback. But while Trump's victory was celebrated by millions, the country's divisions remain. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more breakdowns of your favorite reality TV moments.